Oh, hi guys. Have I totally lost my mind? Yes, I have. Hey, it's me, Vicky, Mila Bono, here on YouTube. I've been a crafting fool lately. Yes, I have. Okay, I've been watching too much Phineas and Ferb. What 51-year-old woman quotes Phineas and Ferb? Ask yourself that question. Okay, so anyway, guys, I said this in my other video. All I want to do is have my hands in paper, glue, and on scissors. Okay? Don't want to do nothing else. And in my free time, I really haven't been doing much else. And sometimes free time means, should I cook tonight? Or have a la McDonald's and craft, or cook? And I picked McDonald's. It's my kind of place. Anyway, enough of the advertisements. And as you can see, I've been watching too much TV, which is what I have in the background when I'm crafting. This is a 12 by 24 inch layout I did. On this side of the page is my son, Eric, back in 1988, and on this side of the page is my grandson on the right and my step-grandson on the left in the green in 2010. Yeah, Christmas last year. Look, cowboys. Yeah, we got a lot of cowboys in our family. Now, we're Italian, so I'm not really sure if I've ever met an Italian cowboy, but I'll tell you what, I bet he'd be one sexy dude, wouldn't he? Anyway, guys, guitars is something that I buy for Christmas for the kid who has everything. Let me tell you a little bit about this layout. It is on it's a 12 by 24 inch scape. Let's go over here. Over here, the little Horsey is from my Create a Critter Cricut cartridge, and he was cut out at 7 inches. Now, I only wanted his little head sticking out there to tell us Merry Christmas, so that's why I cut him at such a big measurement. And you can see his little mate is over on this side. The trim I have wrapped around his neck. Let me take you in a little. The trim that's wrapped around his neck is something I had in my stash. I think I bought that last year at Joann Fabrics. The twine, oh, back up, Vicky. I used my Signo Broad white gel marker to fill in his eyes, and I used Peachy Keen stamps to put the eyes on the Horsey. Now, I did not want to use the mouth from my Peachy Keen stamps. So what I did is put a piece of tape over the mouth while I inked up the stamp. Then, when I put the stamp onto my little critter there, I took the tape off. That way it wasn't inked up and it didn't transfer to my little Horsey. I outlined everything with my little black 0.05 Millennium black pen. And I hand drew the nose and the mouth on. My alphabets are from Thickers by American Craft. And, gosh, this, I forget the exact name, guys, but it is a foil covered thicker. And it's rather big. It's a bigger font. The Christmas is also from Thickers, and it's a green glitter thicker. Say that 10 times. And you'll see, here's my other little Horsey. The pictures are 4 by 6. I didn't have to trim them down at all. You'll see my little lasso hanging off the picture. I actually cut that on a ivory colored cardstock, and I used brown as the shadow, and then I colored that in using my Copic markers. And I cut that from Everyday Paper Dolls cartridge. If it's not the Everyday Paper Dolls, guys, it is the Dress Up Paper Dolls. Now, I actually know the name of these thickers. This is the red foam thicker, and the font name is Delight. It's one of my favorite fonts because, as you can tell, it's much smaller than the foil covered fonts. They have these thickers, has this font. It is foam, and they have it in just about every color you can imagine. There's the picture of my son. You're goofy. Look at this face. And then, look at this face. And listen, I don't tell them to look goofy either, but they do that on their own. Here below, you'll see I put up a little fence so that it looked like they were on the ranch. And I actually cut out enough. I did 3 different cuts, actually, because I layered my fencing. So it's very 3-dimensional. And I used Echo Park Ski Lodge, which is a wood grain cardstock, for my very top layer. You can use, there's so many papers out there now that are wood grain, you shouldn't have a problem at all finding that. But I also, now I cut that from my Mini Monsters cartridge. And I just kind of distressed it a little bit by wrinkling the fence. I used very low profile pop-up stickers in between the fence to give it some depth. You'll see my little decorations on the fence. That is cut from Joys of the Season. And I used the 3 Birds foil paper pad to give it a little bit of a foil look like the font up above. You see the snow? I used the Marvy Ukidah snow pen for that. And I know there's a shortage of those snow pens. I purchased mine at joann.com. And last time I was on there, they still had some left. I think it was maybe $2.99 for the pen. Now, if you have the pen and you haven't used it yet, the snow marker or whatever it's called, it says on there to let it dry for an hour before you stick your heat gun to it. Do not leave it sit for an hour. I did one project where I followed the directions, and I'll tell you, I've had better results drying the marker gel or liquid, whatever that is, about 5 to 10 minutes after applying it to your project. You'll see it popped up very 3-dimensional. Oh, sorry guys. Listen, I apologize for my table here. I do my crafting here in my family room, and this table is a mess. But you know what? I don't care. I used to be such a fanatic about my coffee tables, and you couldn't even live on them. If somebody sat down a glass, I got a funny look on my face, and I didn't even want to use coasters on my coffee table because I don't know why. I was going to say because, and I don't know why I did that. So now we live in our house. And if it needs replaced, it'll get replaced one day. I want to live comfortably. Anyway, so that's my 12 by 24 layout. If you have any questions, oh, I do have to tell you this. I love my white cardstock. That is Basil's Basic Papers canvas texture, and you're probably not going to be able to see the great texture that it has on camera, but I love to use white paper for my layouts, and I think that this is probably the best white background cardstock I have found. And I believe I got this at scrapbook.com or 2 peas in a pod, or 2 peas in a pod, 2 peas in a bucket, or it could have been a cherry on top. I make a lot of large purchases through them. Anyway, guys, I hope this inspires you. I want to see your Christmas layouts. I'm watching, and there's only been a few layouts here on YouTube, so can't wait to see your layouts. I know I'm going back in time to my pictures, but I feel like doing Christmas pictures, and we don't have any from this year yet. Thanks so much for stopping by. I was going to tell you something else, and it just slipped my mind. That's what you get when you have a slippery mind. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.